Hello guys, my name is Victoria Pavlov. I'm the Photoshop artist. Welcome to my studio. How are you this Friday? It's Friday, yeah, almost the weekend. What are you planning to do for upcoming weekend? Let's talk about it. Hello everybody. So good to see you all in here with me this morning. So, what we will be doing today? Today, guys, we will talk about brushes. We will talk about brushes in Photoshop and we will talk about brushes in Adobe Fresco. I know it's kind of boring, but we are in part 2 of our painting class from start to finish. And for now, we talk about basic foundation. If we will not learn about basic and foundation, we will have trouble to execute our ideas or create some valuable art later on. So stick with me for at least today's boring talk about brushes, and I can guarantee you will learn a lot about brushes. So guys, let's start. Let me switch to my desktop camera. Yeah. So, as you can see, I have opened Photoshop and I am in our painting class workspace we have created with you guys last time. And I have opened my simple document. It's not important for today. Also, I have opened brushes and brush settings panels. First of all, guys, let me expand my brushes panel. Let me just move it a separate panel for better preview for you, just like this. Let me make it bigger. As you can see, guys, here I have all of my brushes, and if you notice, guys, all brushes are organized by folders. I have tons and tons of brushes. Where I get these all brushes from? Some of them I created for my custom workflow, and many of them, it's about 95% of all my brushes I downloaded from Adobe website. If you are Creative Cloud subscriber, guys, all these amazing brushes are free for you. How we can download them? If you will click on this accordion menu in your brushes panel, you will expand it, and here you will see get more brushes, just like that. Simply click on it and you will be redirected to Adobe website where you can download all these amazing brushes for free. Hello Terry, hello Rene, good to see you here, guys. Let me see. Yes. So this is Adobe website where you can download all these absolutely amazing brushes for free. As you can see, you can download Mega Pack, Watercolor, Dry Medium, Spatter, Runny Inker, Impressionist, my absolutely favorite set of brushes. Look at this. And now, guys, you can download new release Spring 2020 brushes. Just go, guys, download it and create something very special, create something very unique. Let me close this website. Now, guys, let's talk about how you can organize and how you can customize your brushes. We talked about how you can organize your brushes in our previous during our previous stream. We have created this folder painting class, and also we created subfolder painting class background. You know already how you can create your folder and subfolder with your favorite brushes. If you do not remember it, go to our painting class from start to finish stream and catch the replay. So this is one method of organizing your brushes, creating folders and subfolders in your brushes panel. But if you would like to use same brushes, your favorite brushes you use in Photoshop in Adobe Fresco, simply click on any brush you like. Example, I will click on a scrappy canvas. And here, guys, if you can see, I have opened my Creative Cloud library, and I named this a library brushes I use in Photoshop. Also, guys, I organized my Creative Cloud library by folders. So now I have all of folders. So Impressionist folders, watercolor, blending brushes, spatter brushes, a smudge tool. What I will do, I will click on this brush and I will drag this brush into my Creative Cloud library, just like that. If I would like to add this brush to some specific folder, I will click on this brush and I will drag this brush into some specific folder, just like this. It's super easy. And now, if I would like to use any of these brushes from my Creative Cloud library in Adobe Fresco, I will open this library in Adobe Fresco and I will be able to use any of these brushes in Adobe Fresco, and I will show to you how by the end of this stream. So this is how you can download your brushes, and now let's talk about how you can customize your brushes. Let me pin it back. So here is our brush settings panel. Again, I will expand it. I will make it bigger just for you. And let's start with some basic brush. I will click on a soft round brush, just like that. Here, guys, in our brush settings panel, or you can name it as brush setting workspace, you can adjust your brush. You can start with something very simple and you can create something very unique. How? I will show it to you now. First of all, click on Shape Dynamics, just like that. And here, guys, let me increase. You can see all parameters you can specify to in the process of customizing your brush. Example, I will click on a size jitter. I will click on minimum diameter, angle jitter, roundness jitter, everything I want. And most importantly, guys, and I hope you use a tablet. Any tablet you can afford will work. I'm a Wacom fan. I'm using Wacom all my life. I even do not remember when I started using Wacom, but as I remember myself a digital painter, I'm using a Wacom and I'm very happy with a Wacom. But again, feel free to buy any tablet you can afford. And if we will talk about Wacom, you can buy even a Wacom tablet on Amazon for $45. Now currently I'm working on a Wacom Cintiq, but believe or not, still in my studio I have this tablet. I bought probably, I don't know, 9 years ago, and I'm still using it. So guys, any size will work much better than your computer mouse. Any. So I hope you are using a tablet and using tablet pen. You have pressure sensitivity, and I'm always saying that pressure sensitivity is your friend. Don't forget about it. It's number one rule in your digital painting and in traditional painting, pressure sensitivity. So all controls I will switch to a pen pressure. If you will expand control options, you have many of them. You have fade, you can switch to pen pressure, pen tilt, stylus wheel. Stylus wheel, it's for this pen. I love it a lot. It's very helpful. It's just, I love this pen. So you can switch to anything you like. My preference is stylus wheel or pen pressure. Because I'm using this pen today, I will switch to pen pressure. Same with angle jitter control, pen pressure. And again, guys, it's up to you. Specify your, hello Terry, You can adjust your brush in a way you like. Everything is up to you. And if you will ask me, do you have any specific setting for your favorite brush, I will say no, absolutely no, because each brush is different, and if I'm customizing my brush, I'm customizing each time in different way. But if I like some specific setting, I can save it in my Creative Cloud library or in my brushes panel, and I don't need to customize it every single time. So now let's talk about scattering. If you will click on scattering tab, if you will check this box, you will see that here we have all necessary tools to adjust our scattering. You can make it, you can increase a scatter value to 1000 or to 0. It's up to you. Look at this live preview window. When you're moving your scatter value slider to the right, you can see how your dramatically change your brush. Look at this. It's amazing. I love playing with brushes settings. And again, control, I'm always specified to pen pressure. It's easier for me. Same with count. You can increase or decrease scatter amount. It depends of your project, depends of your art. Count, jitter, same. You can increase or decrease a value. And again, control, I will specify to pen pressure. Texture, I will recommend you. I'm so sorry I missed your comment on Periscope. Texture. Texture is a very sensitive feature. I will recommend you to be careful with it, because if you will apply not the right texture, you will have not too flattering brush stroke or result. So play with texture. Again, you can click on drop down menu. In here we have all default textures we can apply to our brush. Also guys, you can create texture using Adobe Capture. Adobe Capture is Adobe mobile application, and we will talk about Adobe Capture during our next class. So you can even expand trees folder, and here we have trees textures, grass, water. So you can create a completely unique style of your brush. And again, you can change a value of a scale, brightness, contrast. Also, I will recommend you, if you will be using texture, specify texture each tip, because in this case you will have very unique and beautiful brush stroke. And again, depth, jitter, I will specify to pen pressure. Dual brush. You have endless possibilities. You can create absolutely unique and beautiful brush. Just click on any secondary brush. Basically, you will be using two brushes in one. So click on any secondary brush you would like to use, just like this. And here you can specify size, spacing, scatter, and count. Again, guys, click on any brush you would like to use as your secondary brush. Color dynamic. Again, I will recommend you to specify apply per tip, because as always we want to create something unique and beautiful. And control, specify to pen pressure. Transfer is basically using transfer workspace. You can create your watercolor brush. Brush pose. Guys, look at this. You have all necessary tools to adjust your brush. Noise. I'm not a big fan of noise. I'm not using noise feature very often, but it's helpful if you would like to add some noise to your brush strokes. Wet edges, look at this again, very helpful in your watercolor painting. And the last feature I would like to bring your attention to is smoothing. Now, when you saw all our features available for customization of your brush, let's talk about how you can do this. First of all, I will click on Shape Dynamic, and I will move my size jitter slider to 70% value. I will bring size of my brush down and look at this. The best part that you can customize your brush, and you can see live preview in this window, and also you can try it right on your canvas. Look at this. If I would like to change anything, I will adjust, and I will try it again. Same with scattering. Again, if I would like to increase value of scattering, just like this, and I will try it out with count. My recommendation is try it. When you will adjust your brush setting, always try it first before you will start working on some global project. So texture, same. I would like to switch to grass and look at this. Let's talk about wet edges. Look at this. This is without wet edges. Let me close this layer, and I will create a new one. So this is without wet edges. Look at this. This is with wet edges. Do you see big difference? Do you see? It's like watercolor painting. And the best part, again and again and again, Photoshop does the job. Photoshop blends my colors. Now I will show to you difference between smoothing on and smoothing off. Right now we have smoothing off, and this is smoothing on. Let's talk about smoothing. We enabled this feature, but also, guys, we have new, it's about 2 years already, smoothing option in our toolbar, option bar, I'm sorry. This, if you will click on it, you can increase smoothing value to 100% or decrease smoothing value to almost nothing, to 0%. My favorite value of smoothing is not more than a 10. Why? Because in this case I have a nice smooth line brush stroke without any delay. I'm not saying that smoothing gives any delay in Photoshop, but if you will use a complex brush and big size of your brush, you will see slight delay because you're pushed your smoothing to 100%, just like this. Look. But if I will move my smoothing slider to 10, my favorite value, look at this, much significantly faster, just like this. But it's up to you guys. I can tell that it's even not noticeable delay, but still. Now let's talk about next setting next to smoothing in the option bar. Next to smoothing option, we have smoothing option. If you will click on this setup icon, you will see that we have many different smoothing options. I have my favorites, and as you can see, I have enabled stroke catch up and adjust for zoom. I love it. Also, guys, you can specify catch up on stroke, and it's very helpful, and I will show to you why. Okay, let me switch to a basic brush just to show to you. It will be easier for you. Hard round brush, just like that, and I will pin it back, just like that. It's hard round brush. I will bring size of my brush down. and I will use black color, just like that. Now guys, in smoothing option, I will uncheck everything, and only one option I will check is pulled string mode. Pull string mode is my favorite in my symmetry painting in Photoshop, because using pulled string mode, I can control my brush stroke. Look at this. I will click on it and I will drag it. Look. If I want to move to some specific direction, I have time to think about this and move my hand just like this. So this is my favorite option for symmetry painting in Photoshop. Next is a stroke catch-up. What is the difference between stroke catch-up and catch-up on a stroke end? I will show it you. Stroke catch-up. I will start. I will click and I will drag my brush and I will stop, and brush stroke will catch to the point where I pause my brush strokes. Again, start, finish, and my Photoshop will catch up to the point where when I paused my brush stroke movement. Another, catch up on stroke end. I will start my brush stroke, click, drag, and release. And Photoshop will catch up to the point when I will release my hand. So this is very helpful. It's kind of not too significant for now, but when you will be working on your painting, it's super helpful. I love these options. And just for zoom, same, and when you will increase will zoom in your document for better preview. So my favorite feature on smoothing options is stroke catch up and catch up on stroke end during in my painting workflow. Also, I will specify it just for zoom, and in my symmetry painting workflow, absolutely favorite is pull string mode. It's my absolutely favorite. It's super helpful. Okay, let's talk about brush opacity. In the option bar, we have a few options. Let me show it to you. We have mode. If you will click on it, you will expand it, and you will see all blend mode available for each brush. I could not tell you for sure which is my favorite. Usually I leave blend mode to normal, but sometimes during my painting, if I would like to have some specific effect, I can switch to any of these modes. But 90% you will work with normal blend mode, just like that. Opacity. Let's talk about opacity. Opacity of your brush is a very helpful tool. You can specify opacity value from 1% to 100%. What's different between opacity and flow? Also, you can specify flow value from 1 to 100%. Now let's see differences between opacity and flow. If I will will specify opacity value to example 51, and I will start paint just like that. I clicked and I paint without releasing my hand. After I released my hand or pen and I will start paint again, you can see that I have kind of overlapping effect in my brush strokes. Hi. No, painting is not difficult. Absolutely not. I will teach you, and you will stop thinking about painting as about something very difficult. So as you can see, we have overlapping effect now, and I'm not a big fan of overlapping effect unless I'm working on human skin painting, and I would like to apply different tones of same color, and I would like to have overlapping effect. Yes, I'm playing with different opacity value. Now, if I will move, specify flow value to 51 or 52, look, I don't have any overlapping effect. So it's up to you. It's what you love the best. Next option is airbrush style, airbrush effect. Airbrush, if you will enable this, you will have effect as with a traditional airbrushing airbrush. It's up to you. Usually I leave it, I'm not enabling this airbrush, but again, it's up to you. And we talked about smoothing option, and angle. Okay, let's talk about angle. First of all, I will switch to another brush. I will switch to, let's see, I will switch to this brush. And I will apply brush stroke, just like this. Now, how can I change angle of my brush? So I can definitely go to brush settings and change everything in here. Change angle and everything. But now in Photoshop, we can do it from our options bar, just like this. Just drag. You can specify any angle without even going to any other menu, just like this. Perfect. So now let's talk about how you can create a new brush. Be honest with you guys, not too often modifying Kyle Webster's brushes, because I love them as they are. Pretty much 99% working without modifying Kyle's brush. They're amazing. They don't need any modifications. If you don't believe me, just try it. And but sometimes we want to create our own brushes for some specific project, or our clients have specific requirements. Definitely you will need to create your new brush. How? It's super easy. We will use same document. I will switch to, let me switch to you know what I will do? I will open window and I will click on shapes. It's our shapes panel. Here guys, example, we have flowers. I will click on it, I will drag it into my document, and I will specify, I like this brush, a flower. I don't want to adjust anything. It's perfect. It's exactly as I wanted to have it. Let's 1 second guys. Yes, so if I will switch to custom shape tool, I can specify color. It's not necessary, but just in case if you will ask me, yes, you can adjust your shape color. And this is my brush. I love this brush. I love everything about this. If I want to customize, I definitely can customize, but I love it. And I want to use this brush, this shape as my brush. Example, if I'm working on spring painting or still lifes or flower composition, painting composition, I know that I would love to use this flower over and over. So I have customized this shape. I applied different colors. It's not necessary. Now I will go to, let's click OK. I will go to edit and I will click on define brush preset, just like this. I will click on it. I will rename it painting class brush 1, just like that, and I will save it. And now if I will go to my brushes, you can see that I have this brush. How can I use it? Just simple. I'm in my brush tool. I will bring size of my brush down and look at this. Can I change color? Oh my god, definitely. Definitely. Any color I like. You can use it like stamp, or you can bring size of your brush down and you can use it in the way you like. Can you customize it? Definitely you can. You can customize it in the way you like. Again, using from you can customize it from your brush settings panel. What else? What I missed? Also, guys, you can instead of creating tool preset, now you can create a brush preset. Even if you will click on create new tool preset, Photoshop will ask you, would you like to create a brush preset instead? And I will say, oh my god, definitely yes. Look at this. Yeah. So guys, this, the last thing, while I'm using my let me close everything. While I'm using my brush tool, I can click on symmetry painting option, this beautiful butterfly. I will click on it and I have many symmetry painting options I can use, and we will talk about this closely during our next painting class stream. I love symmetry painting, endless possibilities, specifically with mandala creation, with portrait painting, a human portrait or pet portrait painting, with car painting. I love symmetry painting, and we will talk about this during our next stream. This is all about brushes in Photoshop. If I missed something and you will if you will have some specific question, just ask and I will talk about this during our next stream. Now let's talk about Fresco. I have opened my Fresco, and yes, I'm using iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. So let's talk about brushes in Fresco. First of all, remember guys, we talked about our Creative Cloud library with our favorite brushes. Here I am in Fresco. I will click on first set of brushes, pixel brushes, and here guys I have our Creative Cloud library brushes I use in Photoshop. I will click on it and voila, look at this. This is all our brushes. Again, I can click on any brush. I will change color of my brush. I will bring size of my brush down, and this is my favorite watercolor brush I use in Photoshop all the time. And again, this is Kyle Webster brush. I didn't create it, I just downloaded it from Adobe website, and this is my absolutely favorite brush. Look at this. Can you customize it? Of course you can. And as I said a few seconds ago, usually I'm not customizing my brushes. I download it from Adobe website, but if you would like, and nothing is wrong with customizing your brush, click on this setting, brush setting icon, and here guys you have all options you can all options necessary to adjust your brush. Blend mode, you can switch between different blend modes. It's up to you. Look at this. Shape dynamics, yes, you can adjust size, jitter, and again guys, see at this beautiful feature, control, and I specify pen pressure. You can specify to pen tilt, fade, or none. It's up to you. My favorite is pen pressure. Angle jitter, minimum diameter. Also you can adjust scattering. It's up to you. Again, I will specify to pen pressure. Look at this. Transfer, again, minimum, flow, jitter, everything you can adjust your brush in the way you like. Even using ready to go brush, applying some changes. You don't need to apply just dramatic changes. Some changes, you will create something very unique and something beautiful. Again, try to play with the brush settings. Try to create your own brush based on ready to go brush. So if you customize your brush, if you adjusted your brush, and by the end you will say, you know, I don't like what I did, I would like to come back to my original brush settings, simply click on restore, and voila, Fresco will restore your brush to the original setting. Also in Fresco we have smoothing. Look at this. In Fresco, guys, usually leaving my smoothing about not more than 50. Again, it's up to you. We can increase size of our brush. Each brush has a different size value. You can play with it. And also you can change flow value. Flow is basically opacity of your brush. So this is all about brushes in Fresco. And in Fresco, guys, yes, we have default library. We have pixel brushes. Pixel brushes include basic, comics, dry media, FX, ink, lettering, market, painting, rakes, sketching. It's default brushes. Also in Fresco we have live brushes. I'm in love with live brushes. Live brushes package include watercolor brushes and oil brushes. And also we have vector brushes. Yes, guys, we have vector brushes. Yeah, we have amazing vector brushes. You can start working on your vector painting right away. And if you like some specific brush and you know that it's your favorite brush and you will be using this brush all over and over and over, simply add this brush to your favorite folder. And you see this star. I will click on this star, and now my star and a brush name in blue color. That means if I will click on favorites, I will see my brush in here in my favorite folder. So guys, let me switch. So guys, this is what I wanted to share with you today. This is our part 2 of our digital painting class. And now we know how we can customize our workspace, how we can download all amazing brushes from Adobe website, how we can customize them, or how we can create our custom brush. And before I will forget, next week, guys, we will talk about how you can create your custom brush from scratch in Adobe Capture. I mentioned Adobe Capture during this stream. I love Capture. Using Capture, you can create your custom brush, custom shape. You can do many things with Capture, and you can use all these amazing assets you will create using Adobe Capture in your digital painting workflow, photo manipulation, 3D. You can even create 3D material and use it in Adobe Dimension, but it's another story. So guys, this is what I wanted to share with you today. And again, if you have any questions, just ask. I will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And I want to show to you something. Look at this, what I bought a few weeks ago in at the store, local store. Let me see. Yes, Bob Ross. If I will click on it. Look at this. I will click once more. And also with Bob Ross, we have this beautiful album with Bob Ross paintings. I love it, love it, love it. Guys, we all work from home. We because of coronavirus, we at home all the time right now. So instead of just being sad that you're cannot go anywhere, so just create something. Just start your painting. Maybe you will start with Bob Ross painting. He's my favorite. So guys, create something, be happy even during coronavirus outbreak. Just be happy and create something. As an artist, you have your voice. Create something positive and be happy. So guys, thank you so much for being with me today, and I will see you on Monday. Happy weekend. Thank you guys. Bye.